Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Lunch with the Finance Bunch. And you're listening to us on Dash Talk Radio.
Dash Talk Radio.
Dash Talk Radio. And today in our studio, we have the beautiful nutritionist,
So sweet.
Sara Nicole.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm really, really, really good. We wanted you to come on the show and talk to us about several things. But the first thing we want to do is, because this is the first time you've been on our show, we want you to just tell us a little bit about yourself. Can you do that for us?
Sure.
Okay.
Like what area? There's a lot.
Well, let's start with questions then. So I know you're an entrepreneur, and we talked a little bit before we got on the show, and we talked about the fact that you've always been an entrepreneur, right? From
Yes.
18 on. But you started your first business kind of early in life. What was that?
It's really funny. I was 5 years old, and I've always liked to be independent and have things. So I decided to bring in money. I would make bookmarks
Okay.
at
Nice.
5. And, cute little kid who's going to say no, right?
That's
so I'd
right.
make these little unique bookmarks, and they had options. And then I would go around door to door and sell them to the neighbors.
Wait a minute. You said, and they had options. So you obviously created more than one bookmark.
Yeah, I created several, so it's like a little bit of something for everyone. And
Wow.
So you had 7 attempts at finalizing a sale. You
Yeah.
say, no? Okay, well, I have 6 more. Here you go.
Now, how much did you sell them for?
I think it was probably like 50 cents or something like that.
Oh, wow. So you had a 99% profit.
Right.
You just took
Crowns and
paper.
paper don't cost very much.
Exactly.
Right. And then you just make the little cute things and cut it up and sell it. And who's going to turn down a cute little child?
And that's
Exactly.
what I thought. I was like, they're not going to say no. They're going to buy it. And I kind of
At
had
least
that
one.
mentality early
And they
on.
did.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Now let's fast forward to 18. And at that age, what made you decide, you know what, I'm going to go into business? You already had the drive at 5, right?
Yeah.
And so then at 18, what made you decide that being an entrepreneur is something that you wanted to do?
I was working as a bank teller, and I had to take over the supervisor's position at 18.
Wow.
But because I was so young and I looked even younger, they really mistreated me. They overworked me. I was working my butt off, had no life outside of work, and they would not give me a raise, yet I was doing all the duties of a supervisor, coming in as a new
Yes.
teller. And I just eventually got really fed up, and I was just like, that's it, and I have no life. I'm miserable. I'm going to work for myself, and I'm never going to have a job again.
I love that.
And that was a promise to myself.
And there's so many young people that go through that they get to a job and they get mistreated because of their youth, and they're not paid what they're supposed to be paid, and they do all the work.
Yeah.
And it really causes like anxiety, right?
It was bad.
And anger, and then you don't have like an outside life,
No,
to go
nothing.
and even like get rid of that anxiety, right?
Definitely.
Yeah. So at 18, what did you do?
So then I got into telemarketing, and then that didn't last very long, but I jumped into network marketing.
Nice.
Ah, okay.
And I was not even remotely healthy at the time, but my first network marketing company was for water filters and health supplements. So
Okay.
it's funny that I
I kind of
eventually
broke the door open for
got
you.
into it years later.
Wow. And so now at 18, you get tired of doing this job, and I know you're probably depending on the money, right? And so to make that transition from getting a paycheck every 2 weeks, or however you get paid there, and then to transition into not getting a paycheck unless you earned it, literally. What is that transition? What was that transition for you like?
Very scary. And I did have some money saved up already.
Okay.
So that helped me so much. But it was very scary, but I just knew that a 9-to-5 was not for me.
Yes.
And I looked around, I see there's so many people that have success. And I thought to myself, like, they're no different than me.
Exactly.
Right.
And you have a conversation with them, and you're like, well, they might not even be the brightest, but they believe in themselves, and they're determined.
Exactly. I like that. And, you said something. You said you had money saved. So for me, that says don't jump out the window without a parachute.
Not just
No,
yet.
most
Don't just-
definitely not.
right. You
I've
save
actually
up your money.
had under the table jobs as a teenager. And I create stuff. I had a woman who I was the in-home nurse provider for as a teenager.
Wow.
Her in-home care provider happened to be an alcoholic, and I was next door, and she was like, "Hey, I'll teach you. Can you, and I think she was paying me like $16 an hour or something like that.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
And that's
Uncle
under the
Sam
table.
didn't get a cut either. I would have been like,
Exactly.
So you
hallelujah.
can just hold on to all your money and save it.
Yeah.
Save it. So you prepare to jump out of the window. You don't just jump. Like, you may be, unhappy at your job and really frustrated. And that should motivate a person to want to do something more, but not do it like on a suicide mission. Just jump
Create
out
an
of
exit strategy.
Yeah, create an exit strategy. You don't just jump out the window. So save all the money that you would be using for like, shopping therapy or going out, because a lot of times when you're stressed, you take your money and you just go blow it because you're so irritated. You're just like, I deserve to do something. No, save your money so you can get out of there.
Definitely.
Right? So I like that.
And I did have a savings because since I was 5, I've always kind of found something
to do
here
to
and
save your
there.
money.
Yeah.
Natural hustler. I like that.
Natural.
Yeah.
Natural entrepreneur.
That's what we should all aspire to be.
I've always called myself a hustler, a legit hustler.
You have to be. You definitely have to be. And you're very successful at what you do.
Yes.
And I can tell it's well thought out, calculated, and planned. So when you got into the first marketing company, your network marketing company, and you were selling, you said
Water filters
filters.
and like supplements.
And supplements and
healthcare.
things like that.
Yeah.
But it put you on, did that put you on a healthy path?
No,
or to
not
start
at all.
thinking about it? No, not at all?
Honestly, I was drawn to The Office was beautiful and very into
Okay.
aesthetics, if you guys
I know. Because you said here, when you got here, you were like, this is really nice. This is pretty okay.
The Office was beautiful. The people were amazing, and it was the community of it. And then just seeing how passionate they were and seeing that they had success, that I was just kind of like, okay, jump on this.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know that people want water filters, but you know what? I'm going to learn from you guys. You guys are doing
Right.
it, so I'm going to follow your lead.
That's cool. That's really cool. Now, when you are coaching, do you provide like one-on-one, or how do you do your coaching?
I provide one-on-one, and I also do a little bit of corporate to where I can come into a workspace and give a talk on a specific subject.
Okay.
So the one-on-one is done over the phone or through Skype.
Okay. So you can actually, if they're on Skype, you can see them and interact with them and might be able to help them even more. And then there are those shy people who they don't want to see.
Yeah.
They don't want you to see them, and they don't want to see you. They just want to get some information and
Right.
go for it that way.
Yeah, most people prefer not to be seen, and I'm more comfortable that way also.
Okay.
I'm more of a picture person than a video person. But yeah, I feel that when we can't see each other, I feel like they can open up more.
This is very true.
They don't feel that they're being judged, or
Yeah.
you
Right.
can't see if they're about to cry. You can't see that. So
Right.
They're 100% in their comfort zone.
yeah.
Wow. So what does a day in the life of Sara Nicole look like?
It's never the same.
Let's start with that.
I always get up and take care of myself first. So
Okay.
it's always about self-care. Some days are
Right.
very rushed. I have so much going that I pretty much just have to kind of like keep my planner with me and plan everything out and write a list and hope that I get through some of it.
Yes. Yeah. And then you carry over? Like what you don't get done today, do you
Always.
do tomorrow? Okay.
And then sometimes when your time is really valuable, you start really prioritizing like, okay,
Yes.
I thought this was important, but right now this doesn't matter.
Right. You got to just keep going.
Yeah.
I know. And then some things that are on your to-do list, you realize don't matter at all.
Yeah,
It was so important when you wrote it down.
Yeah, you think you need to get it done, but when your time is valuable, it just changes your whole perspective.
It
on
really
everything.
does.
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. So now, do you believe that everyone should have like a health coach? And if you do, why?
I feel that they should, even if they can't afford one, at least follow them on social media.
Yes.
Take what you like from it, discard what you don't, and learn from them, because health is wealth.
That's right.
So if you don't have your health, if you're low energy, if you're depressed, more than likely it's caused by food.
Yeah.
Right.
So your health is so important. It's your biggest investment.
And I
Exactly.
think it's definitely something that people neglect and don't really get a chance to realize that it affects every other area of your life.
Yeah.
You know, big time.
So now, are there any health coaches or anyone that you look up to?
I definitely have some that I follow on social media that I find their information valuable and helpful.
Okay.
But I am a little bit different as a health coach. You know, a lot of them are very much more conservative and very different than me.
Right.
And, you know, each person is unique and has their own unique gifts. So I would like to find one to kind of model after.
Right.
And I have yet to find that.
But you're a trailblazer. You
Yeah.
know? So the people are modeling after you because what you represent is, you know, what a lot of people aspire to be. You know, they want to have the curves. They want to embrace the beauty of their body, you know. So you come at it from that angle, which is really in the back of everyone's mind. Everybody wants to be able to get into their bathing suit. Come on.
Yes,
You
they
know,
do.
Especially during summertime.
Especially
They're
during
like, I want to
summertime.
shed it off. Winter season is
Right.
gone.
Exactly. You know, so you get a person, you know, healthy and fit, you know, they get to shed pounds, and also they don't have to shed layers of clothes, but they have more options.
Yeah.
Right?
It's about really just feeling good in your own body.
Exactly.
And being confident with yourself. And also, I always encourage people to not just want it for the body, like care about how you feel.
Yes.
Because that's
Right.
going to reflect on the outside.
Yeah. And the nutrition is like the foundation.
It's a foundation, but also your mindset.
Exactly.
Your
And-
mindset is probably the bigger foundation because that's what leads you to making the choices you make.
So let's talk
Right.
about that a little bit. You know, the mental choices that we make. Do you find that people who are successful with becoming more healthy have shifted the way they think?
They definitely, you have to shift the way that you think. So as a health coach, what's different than being a nutritionist is I could easily tell you what to eat, but there's a million books on that. You can
Right.
do that for like $15.
Right.
But I actually show people how to make it a lifestyle. So it's a shift in thinking. Each session that I have with people, I'm giving them 2 or 3 things to work on. So between sessions, you're actually incorporating these things so they become a habit.
Yes.
And it's easy because I'm not telling you have to give up a million things. I'm just saying just work on these 2 or 3 areas that's customized to you that I think would help you the most right now.
Do you find
And
that
then we
that's,
build on that.
do you find that that's a lot easier that way? They're not trying to fight you every step of the way because they're like, no, I really would still want to do this.
Well, it's overwhelming. Like if you give a person too many things to do all at once, it becomes overwhelming, you know, so they give up. But if you just give them 3 target goals to accomplish in that conversation, then I think that makes it less overwhelming.
It's
You know?
it's way less overwhelming and it's sustainable, and that's why I call
Right.
it a lifestyle because it's not a crash diet. It's not I want to look hot for my birthday or
Right.
vacation or whatever.
Or I'm going to be in a wedding.
This is a lifestyle, and I always tell other girls like, hey, you won't have to Photoshop that photo so much if you love yourself enough to take care of yourself.
Right. Wow. Yeah. Photoshop has been amazing.
Yeah.
So now, what you think sets you apart, you know, and on the nutrition side of coaching? What do you think sets you apart? Because like you said, like you can pick up a book, and I know that you said you do like step by step, but what within the things that you described makes yours different than someone else?
Because mine came from before I had any professional training in this. This
Okay.
was to help my daughter is how I got into the health
Okay.
and nutrition thing. So I was kind of, you want to talk about overwhelm, having to change everything like all at
Right.
once.
Okay.
Talk about extreme overwhelm.
Yes. Yes.
But I kind of had no choice if I wanted to help her. And so I had results with her, and I also had results with my own self, just
Okay.
changing the household diet.
Right.
I grew up with depression for no reason.
Okay.
And I grew up tired all the time. I always had a nap, and no reason why. Blood work, the doctors couldn't find anything. But when I shifted my diet, that's when I became happy.
Okay. And your energy level increased.
Yeah, I mean, I still nap, because I'm always doing so much, but I'm at a point now where it's like I don't need to constantly nap.
Right.
And there's days that I don't get to nap, and that's okay too. Versus before, I couldn't function. I do the laundry, I have to nap. I do whatever.
Wow.
It was bad. Extreme
Wow.
fatigue.
Oh, wow. And, you know, there's a lot of people that suffer from extreme fatigue, and they don't understand that it could be associated with their diet, you know. And it's not always like that they're eating everything bad, but there could be specific things in their diet that's creating it, right?
Yeah, it's a food sensitivity. It's not an allergy. A lot of people
Okay.
are very sensitive to wheat, dairy, things like that. Some people soy. So it's being able to remove those things.
Right. So you said that you changed your diet and you changed your daughter's diet, and you saw better results for both of you.
For both of us, when I first initially had her go gluten and dairy free, the results were so drastic that the teacher called me to ask if I put her on Ritalin,
Wow.
and I was like, "No, I changed her diet like I've been telling you guys." You know,
Right. Wow. So it can change like outward personality too.
yeah, definitely.
Wow. Now that you have your business established, right? Where do you see your business like 5 years from now? How would you like to see your business grow and blossom?
I'm changing so much on a personal level, and I'm teaching people so many things besides just nutrition. So I haven't gotten clear yet on exactly what it will be, but I think as I'm evolving, whatever my gifts are, whatever I learn along the way is what I'm going to continue to share.
Absolutely.
So I do think, when it's time to have another baby, I'll probably create a program for having a healthy pregnancy and then create one
Right.
for raising a healthy toddler. So as my life changes, I'm just going to share whatever my
that.
experiences are.
Right.
And
Because
that's a
there'll
really,
be an
really cool
audience.
idea too, because you can do because it's doing it like the before and like after
Right.
period of it, so that as it's a lifestyle, it's
Right.
consistent from the beginning stage to the delivery to afterwards, and have people where they can like gauge and have an understanding of what they need to do.
And I think that for me, what I'm getting from this too is that because it's a lifestyle, I can only speak as a woman, but those are key points that we get nervous. Like, okay, so now I'm at this stage in my life, and I might have a child that's a little bit older, and then I decide I want to have another baby. What is that body going to look like? Like what's going to happen? I've worked so hard. Is it going to just explode? And can I get it back? So, like you said, if it's a lifestyle, whenever you transition, or if you decide to transition and go into like, okay, I want to have a baby, and then you get into that, and then these are the things that I did to make sure I was healthy. These are the things I did during my pregnancy. This is what I did after. Your audience will grow, right?
Yeah,
with
and it's
you
gonna
because
grow
you're
and
growing
change,
and grow and
definitely.
change because it's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle, definitely. And that's one of the main reasons I put Fit Mom in my bio is
Okay.
because I want people to know you don't have to be frumpy and this and that. Your
Right.
life doesn't have to go downhill because you're a mom.
Because you're a mom.
Right.
I worked out throughout my pregnancy before I had any nutritional training. Intuitively, I went vegan during my pregnancy. My daughter happened to be A blood type, which is
That's me.
okay, so they do well on a vegetarian diet, and I just couldn't eat any meat during my pregnancy.
Wow.
So it's like I intuitively had a healthy pregnancy for her without knowing why.
Oh, wow. And it's so
cool.
funny because I was telling you earlier, we saw that you had that on your, and we were like, is she a mom? Does she have children? So we wanted to ask about that. Yeah. So when we come back, we want to take a short break. But when we come back, we want to talk a little bit more about your career and, some choices that you've made. How's
Okay,
that?
that sounds good.
All right,
I'm
this is-
excited.
Yay! This is Miss Charlene. You're listening to Lunch with the Finance Bunch on Dash Talk Radio, and we'll be right back. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Miss Charlene with Lunch with the Finance Bunch, and we're here at Dash Talk Radio, and we are talking to Sara Nicole, and she is a nutrition and fitness expert, and she helps people get fit and stay that way.
She's getting us inspired right now, you
Right,
guys.
because she said it's a lifestyle. You don't do it because you want to be in a wedding or you want to go to the beach or you're going to the Bahamas in
That's the
6
wrong
months.
reason.
Right.
That's
There's
totally
no
wrong
quick
reason.
fix.
No, because and guess what happens after that trip? What do?
You go right back.
You go right back. Exactly.
And then you're unhappy, and then
and the cycle continues. I like the way you think.
thank you.
Definitely. Yeah, you're going to help our listeners and me too. So we were talking about your 5-year plan, and something that you said in that really, really struck a positive chord with me when you said that, your audience will grow and change and evolve as you do because it's a lifestyle. It's not, a regiment. It's a lifestyle. And I think that people find getting healthy or exercise and eating well, they find it to be a chore versus a lifestyle change, right? That you can maintain, right? Put the 3 burgers down.
Right.
Just have one, guys.
Just one. And can it be vegan? And are you vegan?
I'm
or-
not vegan, but
Okay.
I very much promote the vegan lifestyle. The company that I do the network marketing with, it's a vegan brand. And I do incorporate a lot of vegan meals into my diet.
Absolutely.
So
Now, do you feel like
I
you
call myself a flexitarian
A
because
flexitarian,
I'm very
I like
flexible with my eating, and I go
Nice.
off of my intuition. And then, there's days that you do have to have balance, and I
Right.
might go for that cookie at the fancy cafe or
So cheat days are okay, you
dessert
guys.
at a nice restaurant. Yeah,
Right.
you can't deprive yourself for sure.
Exactly, because then you feel deprived, right?
Uh-huh.
And so it's a lifestyle change, Matthew.
I'm taking
Baby
notes.
steps.
Baby steps. Yes, we'll take baby steps. Now, what decision had to be made for you to use this as your way of creating an income? Because you've been an entrepreneur since you were 18, and you've done various businesses, and then you landed at this one, and this one is very, very, very successful. And so you didn't know that going in, did you? Like, did you say, I'm going to do that because that's where I'm going to be?
I was actually making pretty good money in real estate.
Okay.
So I jumped into real estate also at a young age because I was thinking money.
Okay.
But on the journey with my daughter getting her healthy again, I found myself talking to all my clients, all the people at the open house, realtors about nutrition, health, working out. And it was just constant. And I would light up when I talked about it.
Okay.
But when I finally got her better, which took time because I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
When she finally did like a 360 and we were set and she was good, that's when I just knew like I have to go to school for this.
Okay.
I need to work for myself. I need to get paid to talk to people. And I already had in my head the amount, which
Okay.
coincidentally was what the school suggests you charge.
Wow.
So I pretty much projected like this is the school that I want. And I had other friends that have a lot of degrees in, in the medical field, and they're like, you need to go to a community college. You need it, and none of that felt good to me. It felt like a trap. And I'm thinking they're not going to teach me what I already know. They're going to teach me to put people on meds.
Right.
I'm not doing that. I'm against that. I believe it's a drug.
Right. I do too.
And a serious business.
So, everything with divine timing, I don't remember what it was. I think I had looked at an email and it said something about like, oh, if you enroll in this school before whatever, you get to go to Miami with us
And
for
you're
the
like,
conference.
Okay.
And I had just came out of a terrible relationship, didn't know how I was going to pay all the bills on my own. And here I took my rent money to enroll into school because I didn't want to miss out on the Miami trip.
Like Miami sold.
Miami, I'm in. And what's incredible is I did it on New Year's Eve. So that was the best New Year's Eve celebration ever, was to just have faith and take my rent money, which was due in a couple of days.
Oh, yeah.
And just know that it was going to come back to me somehow.
Yes.
And that's one tip that I can share with everyone is whatever you do and whatever you're passionate about, don't look at it as a cost or an expense. Look at it as an investment.
Exactly,
Yes.
because
And
you're betting on yourself.
Exactly. Always see it as an investment, have gratitude for doing it, and have faith that it's going to come back to you because you're doing what you're meant to do.
Exactly.
And something else you said that I really liked is that you said you were a realtor And so that's not a bad gig, and you can make quite a bit of money as a realtor. But it is all consuming. It can be. It can be all consuming.
I call myself a hustler, but that is the wrong kind of hustle.
Yeah.
That's a very much, pull. Let me convince you.
Yes.
You don't trust me, but let me make you trust me. But for me, I like everything with flow, with ease.
Okay.
And so it's just kind of like, hey, this is what I do. This is what I offer. And then people come to me.
Come to you.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's how I like it. I'm not trying to force anyone and say, hey, you should spend money on me, with me, my product, anything. It's
Right.
just, this is what I have.
This is what I do.
I am my own
This is who I
business
am.
card. It speaks for
Right.
anyone
Right.
that gets a chance to talk with me. Will see that I have a lot of knowledge and I'm very good at helping people.
Yeah, and I like the fact that you picked your path, you got on it, and you said, "This is me. I don't need to be, the flower child. I'm going to choose my lot, and those who see me, it speaks to them. Those are the people who will follow me."
Yeah,
I
definitely.
really like that.
And the more you stand out, definitely sometimes judgment comes with that. But when you know who you are and you know
Yes.
that you're a good person, none of that matters what everyone else thinks.
Exactly. People always have opinions.
Always.
Always. So
Yeah.
you definitely can't listen to that.
rather be
Definitely, because a
myself.
lot of them will deter you from the path that you're going on because
Right.
of some of their like negative energy or influence or doubt that they have within themselves to try to derail the vision that you have.
Right. And the thing I like is that you have a lifestyle that you live that also pays you for the lifestyle that you live.
Yes.
I really like that.
That sounds like a win-win to me.
It really is a win-win. It really is. So are there three key players? Who are the three key players that you would think in your mind would be people you could say that you admire or look up to, that it doesn't have to be in this business, but just in...
Wow. That's so hard.
Is it?
Because I feel like I take what resonates with me from each person.
Okay.
So I haven't yet found like that one person that I'm like, oh, I aspire to be like them.
Okay.
But
So you like take the accumulation of ideas and phrases and people and things, and you put them all together.
yeah, I very much I focus on what I do like, and then there's the contrast of being aware of what you don't like, but not really focusing on that.
it.
So
Right.
when I see different things I like in people, I'm like, oh, I like that quality. I like this. I
Right.
like that. That feels good to me. And
Yeah.
so that's what it's not necessarily like any set amount of people.
Right. Okay. So it's just...
I wish I had people to look up to. It would have made this path so much easier for me.
But you know what? You're, like I said at the beginning, you're a trailblazer. And so usually as a trailblazer, there isn't anyone in front of you. There are people beside you. There are people who you admire and you glean from little pieces. You
Little
glean from them.
pieces.
Yeah, but you're a trailblazer. So you're the one out in front, and there will be people following you because there'll be young ladies who'll say, wait a minute, she was able to create a healthy lifestyle and do it her way.
Yes.
I can do it my way.
Yes.
So that's what the responsibility of being a trailblazer is. Sorry.
Definitely.
You don't get to follow.
Yeah.
You have to lead.
Right.
A
and
little bit
it's
harder.
been amazing. I mean, I have obviously like a large male following, and there's that helps with certain things. But the female following that I have, they're very genuine. They tend to be women in their mid 20s to mid 30s,
Okay.
and they emulate me with a lot of things.
Yeah,
So
because
I'm
they want to
always-
have that healthy lifestyle, nice
Yeah.
body, not looking masculine in their, they want to look beautiful. So, yeah.
And they want to feel good. They see something in me like I see in
Right.
other people, and they're like, okay. So I'm always mindful of, what can I share to help them think in a better way?
Yes.
Because what you think is what you get.
Exactly.
100%.
Exactly. Wow, we're learning a lot from you, Sarah.
Thank you.
Okay, my name is Miss Charlene. This is Lunch with the Finance Bunch, and we will be back in just a moment. We're on Dash Talk Radio. So now, what is the one purchase you regret?
I always
have
answer nothing.
regrets. Yeah, I feel like I don't have regrets because everything is a lesson. If anything.
And what does success mean to you?
Success means To me, it means balance. It means being proud of yourself, being in a place that feels good to you, inner peace.
Yes.
That's success.
So do you feel successful?
Very much so.
Yeah, that's good. Is there anything that keeps you up at night?
Caffeine after a late workout.
If you won the lottery, what would you do with the money?
I would continue on with my lifestyle, but in an even bigger way. And I would open nonprofit organizations. I would have one for women to teach them how to do this, and specifically for women that have came out of a very bad relationship that are now thinking, well, we paid the bills together. Now, how am I going to do this alone?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then they don't have the knowledge to move forward.
Yes.
So I would do one for that, and I would also do one for moms who were in a similar situation as me with their child.
Okay.
To just give them the means necessary to change the diet, to
give
learn
them
all
what
of
they
these
want.
things and not put their kids on medication.
Wow.
Right.
This is really nice. This is really nice. Miss Charlene, you're listening to Lunch with the Finance Bunch. Tune in every Tuesday at noon and listen to our show
Enjoy.
on Dash Talk Radio.
Dash Talk Radio.
Matt, what did you think of this show?
I thought it was absolutely amazing.
With Sara Nicole. She's awesome.
Man, she's a trailblazer and a hustler with the ambition that is second to none.
I know. And she calmed us down. Didn't you feel like a Zen thing going on?
I definitely did. I was ready to say,
But you know, I love the fact that she says it's a lifestyle.
Definitely.
Definitely a lifestyle. So you guys have to tune in to Lunch with the Finance Bunch. We got the Zen thing going with Sara Nicole from 12 to 1.
We're just out here saving lives every day.
7 lives every day.
Courtesy
Making it a
of Sara
lifestyle.
Nicole.
Yeah. Making it a lifestyle. She made nutrition and health sexy.
No, she definitely did. And a lot of fun and something
A lot of
that's
fun. And
obtainable.
respectful. And you know what I liked about her too? She has a sexy vibe going on, but it's a very respectful, sexy vibe. I like that.
High five.
High five.
Let's do it.
Good job. This is Lunch with the Finance Bunch. I'm Miss Charlene. And who are you?
Oh, I'm Matthew.
Matthew?
God's gift.
God's gift. Oh my God. Here we go. Thank you for tuning in to Lunch with the Finance Bunch. We're on every Tuesday from 12 to 1
So be on the
on Dash Talk Radio.
Here comes the money. Here we go.